guys, what's going on? Dr. Gonzo Boogie here again, back for another update video. And it's been a couple weeks since my last update video, and since then I've picked up some awesome stuff, so I can't wait to show you guys what I picked up. In this video I'll be showing you guys the Blu-rays that I picked up recently, which mainly are like cool special editions. I got a couple Steelbooks and a Digibook and some other cool stuff there. I have a little stack of DVDs here, I think like 6 DVDs, mainly all like horror movie sequels. Actually, all of them are horror movie sequels, and later in this video I'll be showing you guys a couple box sets that I picked up. One of them I already made a video for that you guys might have seen. I posted it up like last week. It was for this like Halloween Hellraiser combo box set. Crazy cool box set. I'll be showing that again off in this video. And also I have a cool Star Wars VHS box set that I picked up to add to my Star Wars box set collection. But before I get going on that, I just wanted to show you guys this awesome toy that I picked up at a thrift store yesterday. I've actually been trying to find one of these, basically exactly what this is, for the longest time now. Basically every time I go to a thrift store and they have dinosaur figures, I always check. They have a Godzilla figure hiding in there. And actually yesterday when I was at Goodwill, I found the Godzilla figure that I've been looking for. And this is just so awesome here. This is like an old school Godzilla figure, probably from like the early 90s or something like that. But this is like based off a mold that's been around for a really long time. And I've just always wanted one of these in my collection. I've always felt like this would be the coolest thing to have on in my shelf, you know, like if you have like a horror movie room like I do, you know, you gotta have the classic Godzilla toy sitting around somewhere. So glad that I found this and picked this up. Just such an awesome looking Godzilla figure here. So glad I found this, and I only paid $1 for this. So that's why thrift stores rock. You never know if you'll find anything cool or not. You only put Godzilla right there. You can help me do the video here. Alright, but let's get going. And I'm going to start off with the Blu-ray. So first off, I'm going to go through all the Steelbooks that I picked up. So first up here, this is, actually I'm going to have to move you, Godzilla, you're kind of in the way. Alright, but first up here we got Justice League Dark. This is actually one of the DC cartoons featuring Batman that Target's been putting out special edition Steelbooks for, and I've been collecting these ever since The Killing Joke. Actually, I don't know if they put out any before that, but I started collecting these around The Killing Joke. So I have The Killing Joke one, and I also have the one that's based on the Batman 66 TV show. So I have that cartoon, the Steelbook of that too. So when I saw this laying around in Target, I figured I would eventually pick it up, but I did pass on it for a couple weeks just because it didn't spark my interest as much as the other two Steelbooks did. But actually when I noticed that Swamp Thing was in this, I was like, dude, gotta check that out. Batman and Swamp Thing on the same team just sounds cool to me. So really looking forward to checking this out, and just glad to add another cool Steelbook to the collection. So next up here, this is actually for another cartoon, actually a Japanese anime that came out, I think in like the mid-90s, but this is going to be getting a live-action adaptation really soon. I think it's coming out in the theaters like this month, or it might already came out, honestly, I'm not even sure. But this is the Ghost in the Shell, and I just picked this up randomly. Actually, I picked this up before the Mondo Steelbook came out. And I do have the Mondo Steelbook to show in this video too, so I'll get to that in a second. But I picked this up because FYE had it really cheap. It was just like sitting at the front of the store for like 15 bucks. And it's a Steelbook, it's an Anchor Bay Steelbook, so I was like, I might as well pick it up. And actually seeing a few trailers for the live action Ghost in the Shell movie that's coming out soon actually kind of made me interested in checking this out. So I picked this up and watched it. And it was really good. I actually really enjoyed this. I'm a big animation fan as it is anyways, but I've never been really big into anime. I would say the only time I've ever really dipped my toe into the anime pool is back when I was younger. I used to watch, there used to be an anime block on Saturday nights on Cartoon Network. I think they still might do it, but I'm not sure. And they used to play some like weird anime on Adult Swim too, like Cowboy Bebop and stuff like that. And so I have seen some animes before, but I've just never been the biggest into the thing. But for some reason, I had interest in checking this out. A lot of people mention that this is one of the best like science fiction animes out there, and also I've heard people mention that this is just a really good science fiction movie in general. And I'm glad I checked this out because not only was just a beautifully animated cartoon, just I mean everything about this, the backgrounds, the characters, just everything looks beautiful in this, but it was a really well done sci-fi story too. I would say almost in the same quality as Blade Runner, just a really quality sci-fi story, and it deals with themes similar to Blade Runner too, which I think this is why this movie worked for me. But I had a lot of fun watching this, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking out the live action movie when it comes out, see if it holds up to the cartoon at all. But like I mentioned, I also picked up the Mondo Steelbook. I love collecting Mondo Steelbooks, and after watching that, I was like, might as well pick up the Mondo Steelbook for this, because with Mondo Steelbooks, the minute these are sold out in stores, they start to go for like double, triple the price on eBay. So glad I picked this one up when it was still, you know, kind of cheap. So this is really, really nice Steelbook. I mean, the Mondo Steelbooks are some of the best Steelbooks out there, so I mean you really can't go wrong when you pick up a Mondo Steelbook. And just glad to have another great Steelbook for this movie. Even though I have two Steelbooks for this, I think I'm going to hold on to both of them because both Steelbooks are just really, really nice. But that is it for Ghost in the Shell, so let's move on to the other Blu-rays I got here. So first off, this is the only Digibook I picked up recently, and this is the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 release. I actually already have Steelbook releases of the two Ghostbuster movies, but I'm just trying to bulk out the Digibook collection a little bit. And when I saw this at Target for $15, it was like the last copy they had. I decided I would pick it up. Glad I did too. And this is the last Blu-ray I got to show you guys here, and this is the King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong pop art release. I have the Psycho and Birds Blu-ray releases that were released in this line. I've seen this line at Walmart and Target, and it's a pretty decent line. Basically, you're just getting a repackaged Blu-ray that was already pre-existing, but the artwork on these I think are pretty good. Actually, the ones for Psycho and the Birds were really good. Some of the best artwork I've seen on just like repackagings like these. But this King Kong one was really cool. I think I liked it because it's orange, and orange is like my favorite color, so you know, really cool. Got like a good orange sherbet color going on this, so I thought that was cool. And I just, with the new King Kong movie coming out too, I kind of been hyped up for King Kong, so I'm a huge fan of the King Kong film, so I just kind of wanted to add another King Kong release to my collection. And they just put out like a new special edition of this, and I passed on it because I actually have a Steelbook, like a 2-disc Steelbook that came with most of those features. So since I passed on that one, I figured I would pick up this one since it was a lot cheaper. This was like less than $10, I think, where that new release is like $15 for the it's like a 2-disc of Peter Jackson's King Kong. It has like a one of the holographic covers, whatever they're called. But I passed on that one for this one because I almost think the artwork on this one is better. But King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong, I've reviewed this a few times in my video, so I don't want to repeat myself too much. I do think this is a good movie, but I think it ran on just a little bit too long, and there's just too much special effects scenes in this. It's just almost a little bit overwhelming, but pretty good film otherwise. But that was it for the Blu-rays, so let's move on to the DVDs. So like I said, I have some horror movie sequels here. So let me just try to go through these pretty quick. First up here, we got Psycho 2. Really glad I picked this up. I actually used to have the Scream Factory DVD of this, but I decided to switch it out for the old Universal DVD because I actually want to try to collect all the Psycho films on DVD in these like old Universal widescreen editions, because I think they look nice next to each other on the shelf with like the Universal symbol and the widescreen at the top. So I'm trying to collect all the Psycho films like this now. And actually, I basically got them all now because I also picked up Psycho 3. Because you can't get a separate copy of Psycho 4 on DVD. You can only get it in like those like Psycho packs that come with 2, 3, 4, and like that weird like Bates Motel movie, which I'm not sure what that's about. But so I picked both of these up. Really glad. Psycho 2 I watched like a week ago, and it was pretty good. I had seen this one before, but just a weird movie. The way they went with this was very strange. Like I would think Norman Bates would be the killer, but actually Norman Bates is not the killer in this movie. And I don't really want to ruin it any more than that for anybody who hasn't seen it. But actually for a sequel that came out like 20 years after the original, and the original being held up in such high regard. I mean, I even think Psycho is one of the best horror movies ever made. Definitely one of the best thrillers if you're gonna like say that it's not like not just a horror movie, but that's what they always do that with horror movies. If like a horror movie wins an award, it's no longer just a horror movie. They did that with Jaws and Silence of the Lambs. It's always like a thriller or like a suspense thriller. But for a sequel that came out so much later than the original, this was actually pretty good, but the story was a little bit confusing, and towards the end it started to fall apart on itself. But I still enjoyed watching this. I actually have not seen Psycho 3 yet, but I do plan on watching this one sometime soon. And I plan on getting the Psycho remake to add to my Psycho DVD collection, because that's what I was trying to say before, because I have the first Psycho on DVD, so if I get the Psycho remake, I'll basically have all the separate copies of the Psycho films you can get on DVD. Alright, let's move on from Psycho though, and it's kind of what I'm doing with Psycho. I decided to do the same thing with Jaws. So right now I only have Jaws on Blu-ray, but I'm thinking I might buy it back again on DVD to go with these, because I picked up all the Jaws sequels on DVD. So here we got Jaws 2. Haven't seen this one in a while, so this is probably the Jaws movie that I've seen the least. I also picked up Jaws 3, which I've seen this one on TV like last summer, but I've never watched this one on like home video or DVD myself. So I'm looking forward to watching this one. Actually, over the summer, I plan on doing a marathon where I watch all of the Jaws films, kind of like a summer Jaws-a-thon. They usually run a marathon of the Jaws films on AMC, but I'm going to do like my own Jaws marathon. And I also picked up Jaws: The Revenge, which I had a Good Times like cheap snapper case DVD of this, and I decided to switch it out for the Universal widescreen release. Like I said, kind of like with the Psycho films, I kind of want to get all the Jaws films on DVD because I think they look really nice next to each other on the shelf. They should have made a box set. Same thing with the Psycho films. They should have made a box set with these. Would have been awesome. But last, just for like the regular DVDs before I get to the box set, is I Spit on Your Grave 3. Actually, in my last update video, I picked up the I Spit on Your Grave remake, and I picked up I Spit on Your Grave 2, and actually my friend Mike helped me track down I Spit on Your Grave 3, because I was having a little bit of trouble finding this one. So glad that I now have the entire I Spit on Your Grave collection, because one of these days I'm going to do a random I Spit on Your Grave marathon. But alright, that's it. So next I'm going to move on to the two box sets that I have to show you guys, and I already made a video for this one, so I'm not going to go into it too much because you guys can just check out the video. It was the last video I posted up where I I showed this box set off a little bit better than I'm going to do here. But this is the To Hell and Back box set released by Dimension Films, and this is a box set that features 2 Hellraiser movies and 2 Halloween movies, and I just thought that was weird and awesome at the same time, and that's the exact feeling I have for the cover art here. Just love the cover art here. It's weird but just awesome at the same time. I mean, just it looks like a fan film poster for like a Michael Myers versus Pinhead movie, and that just I think makes this box set even cooler. It's just this like cheesy but awesome artwork on the front here. And this comes with Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, and it also comes with Hellraiser Bloodline and Hellraiser Inferno. So like I mentioned in the video I made about this, you sort of get like a mixed bag here. You get a couple decent horror movies and a couple not so good ones, because the later Hellraiser films are not really the best. But I actually really like Halloween H2O, and Halloween 6 The Curse of Michael Myers is okay too. It's not the worst film in the Halloween series, but just a really cool box set. I found this at like a really obscure like trade-in store where they had like records, CDs, video games, movies. Basically, you can like trade in just like random stuff to them. And they had a pretty decent sized movie selection. And I was flipping through and I found this box set. Just an awesome box set here. If you guys want to see me go a little bit more in depth in this, just check out the video that I posted up last week. It's my last video that I made, and I show off this box set a lot better. So cool stuff here for the Halloween box set. And last for this video is a VHS box set, a Star Wars VHS box set. And actually I'm kind of building up to do a video where I'm going to show you guys all of my Star Wars box sets, because I have a lot of Star Wars box sets. This is actually my 4th Star Wars VHS box set, but so I'm collecting Star Wars box sets right now, especially VHS ones. And this is probably the newest Star Wars box set that ever got released on VHS, because this has similar artwork to a lot of the DVD releases for Star Wars that we saw in the early 2000s. And I think that's when this set came out, yeah, in 2000. So this is probably the last Star Wars original trilogy, just the last Star Wars box set to get released on VHS. So I picked this up at a thrift store for a couple bucks, and it's a pretty nice looking box set. It has this like slipcover thing over it that you take off, and underneath that got some cool artwork there. You got Yoda hanging out there, 3CPO or whatever his name is. I always forget his name for some reason. And then you got Darth Vader, of course, my favorite Star Wars character, and just love the Star Wars movies, love the original Star Wars trilogy, and I just love collecting weird editions of them. And I have finally heard rumors that the original theatrical cuts of Star Wars are finally going to get Blu-ray releases, because one of my biggest gripes with Star Wars, which I've mentioned in any video that I ever talk about Star Wars, is I hate that you can't get the original theatrical cuts on DVD or Blu-ray. You can only get the updated versions, which added new special effects, added deleted scenes in, added new audio. They're just not the original movies, and I think just, you know, I think that they should put those out, and I'm really glad that I'm finally starting to hear rumors that for the 40th anniversary of Star Wars, that we're finally going to get the original theatrical cuts of the original 3 Star Wars movies released on Blu-ray. So hopefully that comes true. If you guys hear any news on that, try to let me know, because that's something that I'm really excited for. But I'll just show you guys the artwork on these releases here. So first up here we got New Hope, and you know, not the best cover designs here. I'd say these are probably the weakest looking artwork designs on any of the Star Wars box sets that I have. The Empire Strikes Back, this one's a little bit better. And of course, last but not least, we got Return of the Jedi. So cool stuff here, just a nice little Star Wars box set. Probably my least favorite out of all my Star Wars box sets, but like I said, I'm just collecting these right now, and I was glad to add another one to my collection. But alright guys, that was it for this video. And like always, if you enjoyed it, definitely give this video a thumbs up, and definitely give this video a comment if you want to say something to me. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely subscribe. And that reminds me, actually, I just made it to 800 subscribers. So, you know, again, I just want to thank everybody for subscribing, following, commenting, watching, and doing everything you can with the videos. I appreciate everything you guys do, and running this channel is one of my favorite things I do. I check the channel every day, and you know, I enjoy watching your guys' videos. It's one of my favorite things that I do, is doing this YouTube channel. So, you know, thanks for supporting it, and you know, I hope you guys continue to support it, because I'm going to continue to make videos. Like I mentioned in my last video, I got better lighting now. I got a better camera. I got a tripod for the camera, so I'm trying to trying to make it look as best as I can. And also, I'm not sure what to do for 800th subscribers celebration video. If I ever make it to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do something definitely cool for that. I'm not sure what. But for 800 subscribers, I was thinking of maybe doing some sort of video. If you guys want to see me do some sort of video for the 800 subscriber celebration, let me know in the comments. I had a couple ideas. I was thinking of maybe a Q&A video. You guys can ask me questions and I'll try to give answers, but I don't know if anybody has any interest in me doing a video like that. So, but I was also thinking of maybe doing like a top 10 list, like my top 10 favorite movies or my top 10 favorite horror movies, because I haven't done any sort of top 10 list in a really long time. So definitely let me know down in the comments. And if if you guys seem to have some interest in me doing a video for celebrating the 800 subscribers, I'll probably post one up. But again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.